Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Don't let the snowy mountains in the background fool you. There are a lot of signs that spring is here. One of them is the type of animal life that is returning now that the weather is starting to warm up a bit. One of them we're going to hear about from Chief Meteorologist Kurt Skrevitz, my brother, and you might know this little bird. Very cute little bird. Very fast flapping wings. Also, we're going to check in on how the winter season went at a couple ski mountains around the Treasure State.
Spring continues to bloom here in Montana, and one of the most exciting signs of the new season is when hummingbirds come back. There already have been the first reports announcing the return of the tiny birds to the Treasure State. Hummingbirds begin their seasonal migration from Central America in January, working their way through the western United States, with the first arriving in Montana in early April, males arriving a week or two before the females. Migration requires a lot of fuel for their long journey. Hummingbirds' primary nectar source comes from tubular flowers that are just perfect for their long tongues. But they also consume small insects, tree sap, larvae, and insect eggs. Montana is still in the earliest stages of spring. Most of the state was blanketed by snow just last week. The flowers that are the primary source of food have yet to bloom. Cold snaps and heavy snowstorms are still possible through the rest of this month and the next. Extreme weather events that we experience this time of year can be deadly for these tiny creatures, so they could use a little help. Now is the time to put out hummingbird feeders. Sugar water is usually the go-to option this time of year. A simple recipe of 4 parts water to 1 part sugar with no dye or coloring added is key. Keep the feeders clean of mold by filling the feeder with only what the hummingbirds drink completely in 3 to 5 days. Frequent cleaning and changing of the nectar will provide a boost for these fast-feathered friends until nectar from flowers is more readily available. And now you're a little more weather-wise.
As many people know, April 1st is a day for fooling people. And for one local ski resort, they got in on the festivities with a social media post that might have actually tricked quite a few people.
I've fallen for a lot of things before. I'm really gullible.
Whether you might have believed the post, would you have fallen for this?
Possibly. I'd say high percentage, 80% I'd fall for it.
Or you caught on to the joke.
Nah. I think I was prepared for it. I saw the last year's post and that one kind of got me.
It seems Bridger Bowl has outdone themselves with their annual April Fool's post. If you haven't seen it yet, the post states as part of their master development plan, they will not be introducing a lift to the Bradley Meadows area, but instead Bradley Meadows cat skiing, which would launch next winter at $100 per ride with pickup and drop-off at Alpine Cabin.
People definitely believed it. People were like, oh, I didn't know it was April Fool's, you got me. A lot of people were like added to it, added more and more in-depth ridiculousness to it.
Erin O'Connor is the marketing and communication director at Bridger Bowl. She tells me the inspiration for this year's post.
We try to do something that is almost believable, right? Last year we talked about how it was going to be epic up here, which was in reference to the Epic Pass.
This year they played on their new master development plan, which was announced around a month ago. This plan initially proposed major terrain expansion, including 6 new lifts, 70 acres of new developed runs, increased parking, expanded snowmaking, night skiing, 1 new on-mountain food and beverage area, as well as other improvements to existing structures. But before anything is set in stone,
we have never involved the public in our master development plan in the past. It is not a requirement, and it's just that we decided to be more transparent and give the community an idea of what we're thinking of doing, because it's not just our hill, it's the community's hill.
Bridger held a number of open houses for the community to share feedback, with a staggering crowd of around 100 folks at each. Erin tells me the biggest talking point at most of these open houses.
Well, one of them was Bradley Meadows, which is why we played on that for April Fool's Day.
Bradley Meadows is a part of Bridger's special use permit, where people can exit ski area boundaries and head to the backcountry for some laps. This new master development plan proposed installing a chairlift in that area.
Has feedback been positive for the lift there?
Not for some people, yes, and for others, no. I mean, everybody has an opinion, right? So there are some people who are very passionate about not having a lift over there, and other people think, wow, that would be super fantastic.
As for the rest of the plan, Erin tells me overall feedback has been positive, and most folks are excited for expansion. Bridger is aiming to release an update on on this plan before the end of the season, which is April 12th. But if you're looking for more information before then, you can visit our website. At Bridger Bowl, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
For some people, winter coming to an end is just what they wanted. But for the skiers and snowboarders up at Showdown, this being the last week of the season isn't the happiest news.
Kind of a bittersweet time, especially this season. I'm actually just sad we're closing. Sometimes I'm ready, but this year I'm just sad.
Despite the bittersweet feelings of the season coming to an end, the team at Showdown are reflecting on just how great of a season it was for them.
We had 15 inches of snow in the last 24 hours, so we're going out with a great snowpack. And then we have a really fun weekend coming up, and we do have blue skies in the forecast for the weekend, so it should be a fun spring skiing weekend to wrap up the season.
According to Patrick, 2024 was the worst year on record in the 88 years they have been open. This year, they're grateful for the nearly 350 inches of snow.
Last season, I think we only had like 170 or so inches of snow, and this year we had 336 inches. So we almost doubled how much snow we had, and it's just been an incredible season.
Coming this weekend, they will have their annual mannequin jump on Saturday, and then Sunday is the last day of the season. For MTN News, I'm McKenna Dickey.
You're watching MTN Outdoors. We'll be right back.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Speaking of animals, we know that this is an animal state. So much wildlife to behold here in the Treasure State. Let's take a look at some animal stories happening around.
Montana has one of the largest populations of domestic bison in the country. Of course, the number of these animals left is just a fraction of what it once was when they were roaming the plains, but it is a number that is growing, and it's an industry that seems to have a bright future.
I've always had an affinity for bison. They're just awesome animals. I just couldn't let it alone, and convinced my family it was a good idea, and here we are.
Ty Stubblefield is a relative newcomer to bison after putting his money on an old cattle ranch in Carbon County and a herd of the animals from Canada.
I had no ranching background whatsoever. So we went and visited a bunch of bison ranches, talked to a bunch of ranchers, had some great mentors. We went through a course called Ranching for Profit.
Bison are the largest mammal in North America, with some of the males weighing up to 2,000 pounds and standing 6 feet tall.
They're not like beef. They've got a wild spirit to them, and they're just chilling right now, but if we open the gate, they'd be in Yellowstone tomorrow, you know.
Bison also take a lot longer to mature than cattle and to get to harvest, about twice as long, but producers say demand for bison meat continues to grow.
It's amazing, higher in iron and B vitamins, lower in calories and fat, cholesterol than beef or even chicken or salmon.
Melinda Anakalea is also fairly new to bison, but not to ranching. She and her husband began raising a herd of bison on her family's century-old ranch near Thompson Falls about 5 years ago. They sell the meat directly to consumers, mostly through their website.
The supply side of things is where the industry is struggling right now. We've built up such a great customer base, and people are realizing, they want bison, and now to get the bison grown and ready to get on their plate is kind of where the issue is.
If we could take that middleman out, ranchers will find it more profitable to sell meat direct to the consumer. The consumer will be happier with their product because they'll know what they're getting and where it's coming from.
Around 80,000 bison were harvested in all of 2023 in the U.S. That's less than the approximate 125,000 cattle that the U.S. beef industry slaughters every single day. So it's still a relatively small industry, but one that these producers believe has a lot of room for growth.
We by no means get rich, but we get to live this lifestyle that's really important to us and our family. And
near Bridger, Montana, Russ Riesinger, MTN News.
For those like me who were anxiously awaiting Iris's return, it might have ruffled your feathers. But no fear, she is back in the nest.
She's right here in our parking lot, and they love her. They can't wait to have her come back.
Missoula's frequent flyer is back on Monday after a long winter away.
She flies so many miles to get here, and to see her go down and get breakfast is perfect.
But many were wondering if and when the Osprey would come.
Had a board up that you could guess which day she was coming back. So we had a winner. One of our housekeepers picked that day, so they got a little prize for their pick.
Residents of Riverside Health and Rehabilitation, right across from the nest, like many around town, are excited to have Iris home.
They put a new camera up, so residents follow. They're all cheering inside.
Signs to celebrate her return weren't the only new additions.
We bought a new TV for inside so that they can have a clearer picture of her.
To follow along on Iris's summer journey, visit our website. In Missoula, Emily Brown, MTN News.
Spring, a busy time for Montana's migratory bird population. That means we're going to see more of them on the landscape as they make their way back from their winter travels. That also means we all need to be a little more vigilant of highly pathogenic avian influenza, also known as bird flu.
We know it's still here, we know it's continuing, but it's just important that we take steps to prevent the spread to ourselves, to our domestic animals, and continue that monitoring to know what that disease prevalence and distribution looks like.
FWP is asking anyone recreating this spring to be on the lookout for birds, flocks of them, living or dead.
River channels, community ponds are another place, as well as agricultural areas. So oftentimes these are places where people are out recreating, and so be on the lookout for that.
To help prevent the spread of HPAI, Jacobson reminds pet owners to keep them away from the birds, for the bird safety and for their own.
If you have a pet with you, like your dog, make sure you keep your dog away from those wild birds, especially if there are dead birds on the landscape. Avoid that contact, and then depending on what you find, if you see multiple dead birds in an area, call Fish, Wildlife and Parks and let us know.
FWP will evaluate each reported situation and investigate if that is warranted. Also, the Montana Department of Livestock has great resources on avian influenza and some safety tips to help prevent it being spread to domestic populations. This week, out amongst Montana's returning migratory birds, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
Despite the snow Tuesday, mules were on the University of Montana campus to help kick off excitement for summer classes.
Today is for the summer program, but somehow it's snowing today.
For the fifth time, mules from the U.S. Forest Service Northern Region Pack Train trotted from their home at the historic ranger station in 9 Mile to campus to raise awareness and excitement for UM's many summer classes, like Eva Maji's packing class.
I teach students how to pack and also a lot about wilderness policy, about issues that come up when you are in wilderness, wildfire in wilderness, tribal use of wilderness, all different kinds of wildlife. And then I take them on a 5-day pack trip in the Bob Marshall Wilderness.
The mules take part in educational events, community service, and lots of Forest Service work in the region.
The 9 Mile pack train here at the U.S. Forest Service serve the public with bringing supplies into the Bob Marshall and other wilderness areas. And I thought it would be a great connection to bring them to the Oval at the university before their season starts.
Meet the Mules teaches people about the PAC team and students about upcoming opportunities.
I think students have a fun time just coming over and saying hi to the Mules, but also to kind of come over and learn about other UM summer programs. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
And plenty got up close to check out the Mules, like Fulbright calligraphy instructor Connie Cho.
It's my first time to see the mules. They are so cute.
And for her, the kickoff went beyond petting the mules.
There's many tables about the outdoor and the wellness and the nature of Montana. That's a great opportunity to be here.
So, despite the weather, the mules help pack in some summer stoke.
I think everybody else is pretty excited about summer too. You just have to make it, you have to think warm, to be warm.
In Missoula, Caroline Weiss, MTN News.
You're watching MTN Outdoors. Stay tuned for more Montana magic.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
What would Montana animals be without these lands here. There's so much special features and so many places to see. There are state parks, forests, national forests. Let's take a look at some stories highlighting Montana lands.
Growing up in Montana, obviously this is a photographer's dream.
Growing up near the plains of Billings and the peaks of the Beartooths, Andy Austin stuck to his corner of the Treasure State.
We kind of lived in a little bit of a bubble of Billings, and it wasn't until I started doing this that I got to experience how much I love the whole state.
Growing up, football was his main focus. Austin was an offensive lineman for the Bobcats from 2009 to 2013.
I never ever thought that it would be a career path. Like, it was never an idea.
But it was a gift of a camera that changed his trajectory.
It became kind of an escape from this very regimented life of football and school, and everything was scheduled to a T.
In those 10 years, photography has taken Austin to every corner of the state.
So unique, because you learn that for such a big state, we're so diverse. Because for me, it's more than just the landscapes. It's the culture, it's the people. It's like going into a bar in eastern Montana where nobody knows me, I don't know them, and they slide a beer down and say, hey, welcome to Broadus.
Now Austin is releasing a one-of-its-kind photo book showcasing the Treasure State through his lens.
You know, showing the culture of Butte. This is a big dream of mine realized, to put together a book that represents, to me, all of Montana.
10 years of photos from Fort Peck to Kootenai Falls to the rodeos in Miles City. Each corner of the state is showcased.
Bannock and Virginia City and Helena and the gold rush era of southwest Montana, and then also places like the Big Hole Valley.
But there's still more than 147,000 square miles of Big Sky country to explore.
This book to me is kind of a love letter to Montana. I could spend the rest of my life exploring Montana and still never hit all the mountain ranges, never hit all the rivers, never hit all the lakes.
From the last best place, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
While no one was hurt, it was a close call for some visitors and heavily damaged the nearby boardwalk.
A huge multi-institutional group that's been studying this.
That includes scientists from several universities and government agencies.
And we're just sort of now trying to put it back together, like investigators after some event, trying to piece it back together and understand exactly what this thing looked like before it exploded.
Thermal areas like the terraces here at Mammoth in Yellowstone are always some of the park's more popular features. Now, Biscuit Basin in the southern end of the park is not really one of the most well-known features, but it is close to a road, has good parking and a nice boardwalk, so it has been popular over the years.
Small explosive events continue. A couple of these have been observed. There were some scientists out there pulling up some of their equipment in November, and they observed an explosion that lasted a few seconds, went about 20 or 30 feet high and threw rocks and mud, a lot of water. And then there was a tour group that was passing by on January 3rd, and they observed something very similar.
Over the winter, instruments left at the site are seeing dozens of similar explosions. A close inspection of the debris showed something very interesting.
It would almost be like, if the plumbing at your house exploded and you had pieces of the insides of the water pipes as part of the explosive debris.
That gives researchers a unique insight to the inner workings of these thermal sites. The underground architecture that could only be observed before by indirect ground radar, sound waves, and magnetic reflections is now laid out right on the ground. But what's left underground?
We really don't know what it looks like or how it's been healing itself since that event. Just because we can't see it.
The Park Service says Biscuit Basin will remain closed, and there will be no repairs until the area is deemed safe. Last summer's blast is also leading scientists to...
If you're a woman and you're over the age of 50 and you want your camera roll to look like this, well, I have some good news, because the all-women's hiking group Mo Mountains is back for Mo Fun this summer.
The Beartooths are one of the most beautiful places in Montana. They really are absolutely stunning, rugged. It's the backcountry.
Last July, Dawn Wally, as well as several other women over the age of 50, embarked on a backpacking trip into the Beartooth Mountains. For Dawn, who grew up in towns in horseback riding, hunting, fishing, and hiking, she decided to add backpacking to her resume at the age of 55.
I didn't ever think I would be a backpacking person. That wasn't on my radar, but I did it.
Dawn is a mother to two. She recently retired and moved to Bozeman, where she first heard of Mo Mountain's 50-plus trip. When Dawn saw the age bracket, she signed up right away.
We're all sort of in the same period of our life in terms of our health, aging parents, just a lot of similarities. And to have all of the women on the trip be able to understand sort of where you are and what's going on in your life was really, really important.
After following the 3-month training and learning course Mo Mountains curates for the backpackers, they set off into the scenic mountains. Dawn says her most memorable moment:
we got up the next morning and had breakfast in the rain. We were all sitting around with rain dripping off of our hats and drinking hot coffee and having the best time of our lives.
Everybody smile. We laughed nonstop the entire weekend, and it made me want to be like that when I get 50 plus.
Lauren Hostetler is the founder of Mo Mountains. Being an avid backpacker and a nurse, she was inspired to create this all-women's backpacking group. Last summer was her first 50-plus trip, and she was thrilled to offer this to women in our community.
So it's kind of a unique chance for them to maybe do something that they've always wanted to try while they still have a lot of their health left.
Last year's trip was such a success that Lauren is planning a 50-plus backpacking trip into Yellowstone this summer. Although Dawn can't make it, she will be signing up for other backpacking trips in the future, because for Dawn, it's important for women, especially 50-plus, to take time for themselves.
I think as women, I think we need to do that. I think we carry a lot of burdens. We balance a lot of plates and, keep our lives and our families' lives and our jobs, we keep it all rolling. This gives you an opportunity to do something that's just for you.
If you're interested, the Yellowstone trip will have 10 slots and only 4 are filled so far. In Belgrade, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of MTN Outdoors. As these seasons change, we're going to keep track of the weather, the wildlife, and the activities. And what makes this state so special is the people just like you.